I found a camera pointed at our campsite, and it was already recording our kids when I picked it up. The footage showed them from just a few feet away, from a place none of us had been standing. The camera was still recording when I picked it up. I knew it wasn't ours because the red light didn't blink like mine does. It stayed solid, steady, and intentional. "Did you bring this?" I asked. My wife didn't answer right away. She was staring past me toward the tree line. "Don't touch it," she said. "Where did you find that?" "Right here," I said. It was pointed at the tent. I turned it slightly. The lens was angled low. Not at us, at the kids. Behind me, I heard our daughter laugh and then stop. "Dad," she said, "why is there a camera?" I didn't answer. I was already scrolling. It had footage, hours of it. The first clip was from earlier that morning. My son was brushing his teeth with a water bottle, standing barefoot in the dirt. The shot was from behind a tree, zoomed and stable. "This isn't," I started. "Play another one," my wife said. Her voice had dropped, tight. The next clip was from last night. Our campfire, the kids roasting marshmallows, me in the frame, pacing behind them, and the camera angle was closer now, not across the clearing, but inside it. We got to the campsite around 4 in the afternoon. It was one of those state forest spots. No service, no assigned plots, just scattered clearings off a long gravel road. We picked one about a half a mile in, no other cars nearby, quiet. Trees thick enough to block the road completely. "I like this one," my wife said. "It feels private." That word kept coming back later. Private. We set up the tent, laid out the tarp, got the fire going before sunset, all the normal stuff. The kids ran around, chasing each other with sticks. I remember checking the perimeter once, not for anything specific, just habit. I walked about 20 yards out and looked around. I didn't see anyone. I didn't hear anything either. No footsteps, no voices, nothing. "Go back," my wife said. I scrubbed through the footage again. "This part," she said. The timestamp read 9:42 p.m. That's when things shifted. In the video, the kids had already gone to sleep. You could see the tent zipped shut. The fire was down to embers. And then the frame moved. Not a cut, a step. The camera got closer to the tent, slow and careful. "Stop," I said. But my thumb didn't move. We watched as the person holding the camera circled us. Not once, but twice. Keeping distance, staying just outside of the light from the coals. At one point, the lens tilted up toward the sky, like they were listening, then back down, toward the tent zipper. My wife grabbed my arm. "Did they?" she said. But the video answered. The hand came into frame, not gloved, but bare. It hovered near the zipper. Didn't open it, just touched it and then pulled away. I turned the camera off. No one said anything for a few seconds. The woods felt different. Same trees, same light, but now it all felt staged, like something had already happened here and we hadn't noticed. "Where are the kids?" my wife said suddenly. "They're right there," I said, but I turned anyway. They were standing by the cooler, both of them, quiet now, watching us. "Stay here," I said. "Don't move." "Why?" my son asked. "Just stay," I said. I started walking the perimeter again, only this time I went farther out, 30 yards, then 50. That's when I saw it. Another camera, smaller, mounted low on a branch, pointed directly at our tent. I didn't touch this one. "Hey," I called, "come back. Here, there's more." My wife didn't respond. I turned. She wasn't where I left her. I ran back. The campsite looked wrong immediately. The chairs were knocked over, the cooler lid was open, and the kids were gone. "Where are they?" I shouted. "Where are the kids?" I yelled again, but there was no answer. My wife stepped out from behind the tent. "They were just here," she said. "I turned around for 1 second. 1 second. I heard something," she said, "back there." She pointed toward the same direction that I'd just come from. "No," I said. No. I grabbed my phone. There was no signal. Stay here, I said. If they come back, I'm not staying here, she said. Her voice broke. I'm not staying here without them. We split up for 5 minutes. That was the agreement. 5 minutes, and then back to the tent. I went toward the cameras. I don't know why. Maybe I thought whoever placed them would still be nearby, or maybe I just needed something solid to follow. The second camera was still there, and now I noticed something that I hadn't before. A cable, thin, dark, running down the tree into the ground. I crouched, brushed the leaves aside. It wasn't buried deep, just covered, and it led away from the campsite, further into the woods. Hello? He shouted. Nothing. I followed the cable. It ended in a small clearing. Not natural, too clean. Branches were cut, the ground was flattened, and there was a tarp stretched low between two trees. And underneath it, partially concealed by leaves, was equipment. Batteries, storage drives, a laptop still on. There was a live feed. Open. 4 camera angles, all of them pointed at our campsite. And one of them showed my wife, standing alone, spinning in place, calling the kids names. Hey, I shouted. There was no response. I looked around. Hey, louder this time, but still nothing. Then I saw the last feed. It wasn't the campsite. It was a narrow path. And there was movement. 2 figures walking away from the camera. I don't remember running back. I just remember the sound of my wife screaming when I grabbed her arm. I saw them, I said. They're moving this way. We followed the direction from the feed. No trail, just broken brush. Kids, she screamed. Answer me. Nothing. And then finally, Dad? Faint from up ahead. We pushed harder, branches cutting, dirt slipping. Dad, I hear you, I shouted. We're coming. And then we found them, standing in another clearing, holding hands, facing someone. He didn't run. That's what I remember most. He didn't panic, didn't grab them. He didn't even step back. He just stood there, like we'd interrupted him. Step away from them, I said. He tilted his head, confused, like he didn't understand the request. Step away, I said again. My wife was already pulling the kids back. They walked away from him. He didn't resist, he didn't react. He just watched. You've been recording us, I said. Still nothing. Up close, he looked normal, mid-30s maybe, clean clothes, no gear on him, which didn't make sense. Where's your stuff? I said, and he blinked, and then smiled, small and polite, and turned and walked into the trees. We called the police as soon as we got signal. They came out that night, took everything, cameras, the equipment, the laptop. They asked a lot of questions. We answered what we could. A week later, they called back. There's no footage on the drives, the officer said. What? I asked. It's all blank, he said. Every file. That's not possible, I said. We saw it. I understand, he said, but there's nothing there now. What about the live feed, the laptop? Corrupted. We couldn't recover anything usable. What about the guy? I asked. And there was a pause. We're still looking, he said. We don't camp anymore. The kids don't talk about it. But sometimes at night, my son asks one question. It's the same one every time. Dad, he says, why did he stop recording when you showed up?